Good day, night, evening, afternoon, or wherever you may be, as we welcome you all back to Luxe Life. Who doesn't like helicopters? Besides people who are acrophobic or afraid of heights, that is. Unlike jets or airplanes, these bad boys can maneuver pretty easily in tight areas and are arguably the most convenient mode of transport in the world right now. Some helicopters have luxurious and mind-blowing features that their values are nowhere near what you would expect the value of a regular helicopter to be. Here, we're going to take a look at the 5 most expensive helicopters in the world, so without any further ado, let's head straight into the video. Number 5. Eurocopter Mercedes-Benz EC145. If you're one of the many people who absolutely love Mercedes-Benz, then we're sure you're also going to love the Eurocopter Mercedes-Benz EC145. The Eurocopter Mercedes-Benz is right up there in terms of its elegant and graceful looks, as well as the comfort that it has to offer. This helicopter is definitely one of the best choices for people who are looking to experience what Benz really has to offer its customers, as it's not only magnificent from the outside, but also from the inside as well. The size of this extravagant aircraft is neither too big nor too small, but is rather right in the middle. It also has dual engines, which are undoubtedly the perfect match for a standard Benz style. The cutting-edge materials, lavish woods, and mellow lighting aesthetic make it somewhat similar to a supercar. The Eurocopter Mercedes-Benz EC145 has 2 clamshell doors in its back end, which acts not only as a good point of exit, but also makes loading cargo quite easy. The seats are built on tracks and can therefore very smoothly be set up to carry 6 passengers, which is a lot. This makes the helicopter a good choice for someone who is willing to use it for either executive needs or going off on a vacation with family and or friends. This helicopter is not just a pretty piece for someone to keep in their hangar for decoration purposes. The technology that went into its construction makes it nothing short of innovative and an example of what we would refer to as top-tier technology. Its other features include an up-to-date cockpit design and an advanced autopilot system with avionics, which helps the flight crew stay completely concentrated on the operating environment around them. The love and effort that the team behind this helicopter contributed is reflected by its exterior. You can tell by first glance what they tried to accomplish, which was giving the aircraft a classic Benz look. There's also a front and custom sound shrouding, which gives it the ability to absorb energy. Seriously, how cool is that? The current price of this helicopter is about 6.5 million euros, which are roughly about $8.5 million. Number 4. The ND600N. Let's move on to the smaller helicopters now, shall we? We present to you the ND600N, which is known to most as the king of light helicopters. Of course, being small does have its perks. It's pretty quiet and is quite suitable for operations in which a lot of noise wouldn't be appreciated, like offshore roles, law enforcement, corporate transport, and medical evacuation. The ND600N had its first flight almost 3 decades ago on November 22, 1994. It's an upgraded version of the MD520N, which came before it and could only carry no more than 5 passengers. The MD600N, on the other hand, can carry 8. The credit for its mind-blowing handling qualities, because of which it's extremely agile and smooth to operate, go to its fresh and new 6-blade main rotor system. This helicopter can even run at a speed of 282 km per hour at max. The MD600N's tail rotor went through some changes in the past, as according to research, nearly a quarter of the accidents that occurred were because of impact with either external object or the failure of the helicopter's tail rotor. Therefore, the tail rotor was kicked to the curb and in its place was set a Nautar system. The current price of the MD600N is somewhere around $3 million, which is exceptionally high, although for understandable reasons, for a copter of its size. Number 3. The Eurocopter Hermes EC135. This helicopter on our list, and probably in any other list you can find, is right at the top when it comes to comfort and luxury, and is definitely way up there when it comes to price. The Eurocopter EC135 is powered by a twin set of engines. It's a graceful and light utility helicopter, which gives it the green light to fly under the IFR. The flight controls are fully digitally automated. It's typically used as a mode of transport during emergencies or for corporate purposes. The Eurocopter Hermes EC-135 is known to be the quietest of all the helicopters among it. The Eurocopter Hermes EC-135 was made by the collaboration of Eurocopter and the French couture Hermes so that the two could give the helicopter a lavish interior, which they certainly did. The seats inside the copter are made out of handcrafted smooth calf leather. It can hold a maximum of 5 passengers and was designed so that passengers can have maximum comfort during travel. The controls are also leather trimmed. As of now, the price of this helicopter fluctuates somewhere between $7 and $8 million. Number 2. The Augusta Westland. The Augusta Westland was developed by a joint venture of the two helicopter manufacturer giants of their time, the Italian Augusta and the Westland Helicopters of the United Kingdom. It had its first flight back in '87 in order to hit the bar set by a modern naval utility helicopter with a speed of 281 kilometers per hour. This is a medium lift type of helicopter which can not only be used for civil use but also for military use. Its tank can literally be refueled while it's still in the air, and this beast can also carry 2 machine guns on either one of its sides. The Augusta Westland uses 3-hole General Electric CD76 turboshaft engines with an extra 4th tank acting as a reservoir. Every single one of these powerful engines is fueled through a very specific fuel tank, which has double booster pumps along with a cross-feed system that can self-heal. Of course, the larger the fuel tanks, the more fuel they can hold, and in this case, these 3 fuel tanks can hold 3,222 liters of fuel. This marvelous helicopter has a very large cabin in which passengers can walk into and see various types of equipment. It was built in such a way that it could hold 2 pilots at a time, as well as accommodate 30 people who very well could be military commanders and 10 VVIPs. This special feature alone can make it the biggest helicopter in its league. The value of the Augusta Westland is around $12 million, making it one of the most expensive helicopters there are. Number 1. The Sikorsky Black Hawk UH-60. The Black Hawk UH-60 is used by the armed forces of over 25 countries, including the United States, due to it being a sturdy and reliable utility tactical transport helicopter. Its name comes from Black Hawk, who was a brave Native American war hero who went by the same name. This helicopter was introduced 4 decades ago and has been in the service of the U.S. Army specifically since. It has flown its way out of many terrifying war zones while accomplishing its task of saving lives by delivering and extracting troops, as well as providing supplies to troops in times of shortage and also to communities affected by natural and man-made disasters. The Black Hawk UH-60 has 4 blades and runs on a twin-engine system. Its powerful airframe structures have earned it the reputation of being a high durability copter that can fly in and out of the toughest areas on the planet without much difficulty. Believe it or not, many other Black Hawk models before this one have been produced, but the UH-60 is by far at the top. Today, more than 4,000 Black Hawk aircraft serve in the armed forces of numerous countries today, with the U.S. Army having more than 2,000 of them in their arsenal. The UH-60 is priced at a whopping $21 million. This brings us to the end of our video. Do be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, as well as press that bell icon so you don't miss out on being notified of our latest content in the future. Until next time, take care and goodbye.